I got lucky the first time. We'll rebuild it and it'll be as good as new. Everything I've done for the past 47 years has my name on it. And it's just so impressive because when you're done, you know that these two hands that God gave you, you made something with it. You did something with it. And I started thinking about that. If I look at over the years of all the money that I've saved myself, it's got to be in the millions of dollars. Has to be. When I was 6 years old, a plumber in Glen Rock, Charlie Fry, I used to watch him when he'd come over and do plumbing. We had copper plumbing in our house. And the one thing that fascinated me is I'd always watch him asking questions. He said, "Now, Ronnie, I can make solder run uphill." And I'm like, "Mr. Charlie, you cannot." He said, "I can, watch this." And I was amazed when he put the solder on the bottom and it ran up. And I said, "Mr. Charlie, how did you do that?" And he said, "You just have to remember, solder will always run to the heat." And that just so fascinated me. And I was just hooked from a real young kid. I'm like, I want to be able to do this stuff. Through middle school and high school, we had wood shop and metal shop. And I was just so intrigued by that in 10th grade back then, the guidance counselor would start sitting down with you. What are your plans for after school? You have to be thinking about that. And by 10th grade, I definitely knew that this is what I want to do. I don't care about the cold winters, the hot summers. I know that I want to build stuff that 40, 50, 60 years from now, I can look back and it's still there. I can visually see, I did that. I helped do that, or I helped build this. And never changed my mind after that. I was never a book person. I always did better learning from seeing and doing. So I knew that college was not for me. So when I graduated on a Friday, went to the all-night party. My parents were chaperones, and got home Saturday morning, and Dad said, "You're going to sleep for a couple hours, and then you're going to call Irvin Rappold." And he was a builder there in Glen Rock, the guy that gave me my first job. So you're going to do it in person, not over the phone. I went out to see Irvin, who I knew since I was a little kid because we went to the same church. And I told him, I said, "I have no experience. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I want to do this." And he said, "Be here Monday morning at 7 o'clock. And that's how it all started. And of course, I didn't have any tools whatsoever. I didn't know what I needed. And New Houses in Glen Rock, Mrs. Claire Newhouse owned that. And you could buy anything from shoelaces to John Deere farm tractors. You bought appliances there, everything. And I stopped down after school or after work to see her. I went up and said, "Mrs. Newhouse, I started working today for Irvin." Told her my story. And I said, "But I don't have any tools." She said, "Ronnie, you walk through this store, you pick out anything you think you might need." She said, "And take it to that center counter and you come see me, nobody else." So I got me a metal Kennedy brand toolbox, and I'm getting a nail apron, hammers, getting all this stuff. And I was making $2.90 an hour. And she's writing everything down and she's totaling it up. And it came to over $200. Well, $2.90 an hour. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to go back to school. How am I going to afford to pay this? And I'm like, I'm never going to have time for this. And she said, "You tell your dad this is between you and me." She said, "If you can only pay me $1 a week or $1 a month, you pay me. You don't see anybody else in this store until you have it paid off. Now, if you need anything else, you come down and see me and we'll add it to this list." And it took me a while to pay it off, but I never forgot what she did for me. I mean, it moves me pretty good. She was just one of them people that she would help anybody in the community that she could. And when I paid her off, that was so great to me. I'm like, finally, I'm debt free, But anytime I needed anything, I went down to her, and I basically got it on just basically because of my dad's reputation and because of my word. She knew I was good for it. And I never forgot that to this day. So when I can give back to people for free, I do it. You want a stone fireplace? Yeah, I can do it for you. You want to set up a wall? I can do that for you. Oh, you need help putting a roof on? Got you covered. And it's just so impressive because when you're done, you know that these two hands that God gave you, you made something with it. You did something with it. putting on a new roof myself, siding, anything I've done, you know. I went ahead and stoned my fireplace and done above it, put a barn beam there for my mantle. And I'm thinking if you start adding all that stuff up, it would be probably millions of dollars over the course of my life that I would have saved. And I'm not sure that people out there nowadays realize that in the United States, we need people to be interested in the trades, and they have to realize how much that's going to open up their knowledge base and how much they're able to do on their own and not be reliant on other people or other countries. So if hot water heater went bad in my house last year, I don't have to wait on a plumber. I can go do that myself. Went and picked one up, shut the water off, did everything I needed to do, had it in no time at all. So I'm not on somebody else's timeline for when this can be done. I'm on my timeline of, okay, well, I need to do it now and I'm going to go do it. And I'm not sure a lot of people see that the value they can have by getting into the trades. And if you would add that up over the course of my case, 47 years, it's got to be in the millions of dollars. It has to be. When I was doing masonry work, you had no vacation pay, you had no benefits, you had nothing. So I actually worked third shift in the factory, so I got vacation, and I had insurance, and had sick days and everything. So I worked third shift in the factory, and I come home, change, feed and walk my dogs quick, and go to work. And some days I'd be there from 8 in the morning till 4:30 at night, go home, take a shower, spend time with my wife and kids, go to bed at 7:30, get up at 10:30, and start it all over again. Did that 6 days a week. So it was like, this is what I want out of life, and this is what I have to do to achieve that. Now, there was days that I'd come home, feel like I don't feel like doing that, but in order to attain the goals that I set for my family, this is what I need to do, and I don't regret a bit of it. We always used to joke, to do masonry work, you just need a strong back and a weak mind, So, but that was probably, of all the jobs I've done, masonry work I love more than anything. I just absolutely loved it. That took a lot of personal time from you, because a lot of times we would fly out Sunday night from BWI, usually around 5, 6 o'clock. We'd get to wherever we were going in the United States. We would be there Monday through Friday because you already booked out 3 months. So we wouldn't get home sometimes in BWI till 10, 11, 12 o'clock Friday night, sometimes early Saturday morning. So you went from the suitcase to the washer to the dryer to the suitcase, and you're flying back out again Sunday night. I think at one year we were out of town 47 out of 52 weeks. So it took time with your friends away from you. It was something I enjoyed. Plus I wasn't spending money, you could put a lot of money back, but that was probably the biggest thing I lost during those years. But you can't look back and have regrets. You made decisions, you stuck by them, you did what you had to do, and you can't look back and have regrets in life, where you'll just dwell on your regrets and not dwell on what's in front of you. Everything I've done for the past 47 years has my name on it. So I want to make sure that my name means something, and means something good. I don't want it to be like, well, I'd never have him back here, look what he did. Because, people can say one good thing about you and 10 bad things, and people will always remember those 10 bad things. Well, I want it to be 10 good things, because that's basically who I am. I've always wanted people to say, you did a good job. I love the work you went. I was showing my neighbor, and they said, I've never seen work like that. That's what I wanted out of work, that other people would appreciate what I did for them, and the people they showed would appreciate the job that I did.